Built Workshop. Welcome to Wednesday Live. We're finally back on track after I spent a little bit of time away from the shop. Got the opportunity to do a little bit of traveling, visit some friends and family that I haven't seen in a very long time, but we are back, and we're back here now. Hope you guys are doing awesome this morning. It is a nice morning here today. Kind of cool, a little bit cool, and it's only supposed to be like in the 70s today, so I'm looking forward to that. Neptunes is here. What's up, brother? Whoop whoop. There he is. We are back. Sorry for the Monday confusion with the live. Just thought that'd be kind of fun to jump on and say hi to everybody, and so we could talk about the build off. But we're back for our normal Wednesday live. Maximo, hi dude. What's up? Maximo, I hope you're doing awesome this morning. Neptune says, no problem, what's fun? It was kind of fun to do a little impromptu live stream. I got to adjust this thing here just a little bit. There we go. That's better. So, let's see. Let's get caught up as to kind of what's been going on. Like I said, I got to do a little bit of traveling. We traveled to Pennsylvania, where I'm from, and got to visit my family and stuff there. We had a family reunion. I actually haven't gotten to attend one of those in quite a while. It was pretty fun to be able to hang out with some cousins and family and aunts and uncles that I haven't seen in quite a while. And meet some of their kids as well that my daughter Haley hasn't met either. So it was really a fun time. Got to bring back some lumber, and yeah, it was a good time. But always glad to be back and kind of get back in the swing of things, and that's what we're doing around here. Getting back up to speed on projects and stuff. Working on my guitar, my Cherry Dorian. Aha, look at that. Shiny. Got the neck on there. Be working on putting this thing together over the next week or so. Well, probably might take me a couple weeks, as I'm not going to just sit down and do it all at once because I got other stuff to work on as well. But this is going to be one that I'm slowly chipping away at and can't wait to get it together. Pretty happy with the way this thing came out so far. But actually it's backwards. It's going to be this way. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of days. Neptune says, nice. Thanks, man. I'm pretty happy with that one, really. It's got the same finish on that as on the build-off guitar. The Crystalac Bright Tone. Got it all buffed up yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Spent several hours wet sanding, polishing, getting it all ready to go. So what are you guys working on? Any projects in the works? Neptunes, you mentioned you had a, what was that? A new printer. Now I can't even think of it now. A resin printer. How are you liking that? What did you end up getting? I've been considering one. I don't really know if I have a need for it yet, but I've been thinking about it. So what did you get, and how does it work? It says you got the Anycubic Photon Mono. Anycubic. I don't know if I've heard that name before. The one that I keep hearing things about is that Elegoo Mars, I think. I keep hearing good stuff about that one. Giovanni's here. Always talking about guitars. Because for once, let's not talk about your hair. Yeah, I know. What? There's not a whole lot to talk about. Giovanni, how are you doing today? Hope things are well over there. Yeah, there's, I always got to talk about guitars. There's always a lot of guitar stuff going on, at least for me anyway, because I like guitars. But we're going to be working on some things that are not always guitars here shortly. Neptune's, it's definitely a lot of work compared to FDM. Really? I always, well, from what little tiny bit that I know about it, I guess it seems like it'd be easier. But I guess you have to like add the resin and you have to clean it out and all that kind of stuff. Which I guess I didn't really consider that. Elegumars is a good one. Only paid $200. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing for the price. It's like really good, I guess, for the price that you pay. Watch and learn. Good morning to you. Hope you had a good vacation. I did. It was awesome. Thank you very much. It was a good time. A little bit of downtime, which I don't personally take too much. Which I wish I did a little more, but I don't know. I think my dad's the same way. I think I take after him. Just never want to take time off, but when I finally do, it's super nice to just be able to relax a bit and enjoy some time with friends and family, and it was awesome. Except the drive. We drove to the East Coast, and it's like 28-hour drive. But it was awesome. Got to bring back. Oh, you can't see it in there. Brought back some awesome spalted maple that once it's dry, I'll be able to use it for, I don't know, guitar tops or other projects. And I've got quite a lot more of it that I couldn't bring back because it's just too much weight. It's stacked up in my brother's garage and up in the rafters. And maybe the next time we get back there, I'll be able to bring some more of that back. But it's really cool. What else did I do there? I did some testing, some I want to say training, but not really training. My brother's an auto body guy, so I did some test pieces using the clear, using this same Crystal Bright Tone, and we were doing some practicing and just learning a little bit more about what you can and can't do when you're buffing on that. So that was kind of a fun learning process, being able to just experiment on something that if you burn the clear or something, it's not really a big deal. Basically, when I was spraying this cherry guitar, I sprayed a test piece as well, and I took that back there, and we were practicing with my little buffer that I use, and also his large, auto body style buffer. So got to do a little bit of playing around, some learning about that. Got to get this lumber, which was really awesome because I was going to bring my mill with me, but it just was too much weight to try to haul all that stuff back there. But I was able to get a local neighbor who had a mill to mill these up into slabs for me, and it was really cool. So got to bring some of that back, and eventually we'll be able to use it for some projects. I think it'd be cool to make a spalted maple top for a guitar. Neptune says the cleaning and curing is the problem. Ah. Yeah, I can imagine maybe the cleaning. The curing, though, don't you just, and uh, pardon my ignorance, I guess, but don't you just take the piece and put it in like a curing machine or take it out in the sun or something? I'm not really sure on that. I know they have a curing machine. Neptune's glad you had a good time. Yeah, thanks, man. It was great. It really was. Giovanni says, I bought a new 3D printer and a new laser engraver, and this morning I bought a thickness planer. Practically ran out of money. Giovanni, that is cool. Oh, Neptune says, awesome. What printer did you get? Yeah, what printer and what laser engraver? That is awesome. A laser engraver is pretty high on my list of things that I want, but it's going to be pretty low in the order that I get them because they're kind of pricey. At least the ones I've been looking at. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong ones. That's awesome, Giovanni. Tell us about your new printer. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, Giovanni says, however, I expect you to make a totally resin guitar. That's not out of the question. I think that would be pretty cool. I need to get some different epoxy because the stuff that I have, I've tried to do deeper pours and it like overheats and bubbles and burns and makes a mess. So I gotta look into some thick, some of that deep pour epoxy or something. Giovanni's got the Elegoo Mars. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Nice. That's one that I've actually got it saved in a wish list, I think, on Amazon. The Mars. I've heard really good stuff about it, especially for the price. That's cool. I think you're going to enjoy it. Neptunes, here's a question, and I don't think, I think I can answer my own question, but there's no reason can you take the same STL file from an FDM printer and throw it in the resin printer, or do you probably have to slice that differently, don't you? I'm not sure on that one. Neptune says, yes, but I'm finding the way I'm cleaning, I'm still finding some resin and it leaves artifacts. Just have to work on my system. Yeah, learning curve stuff, I guess. Figure out what works and what doesn't. Neptunes, yes, you can, but you have to use a different slicer. Gotcha. Justin, what are you posting there, buddy? Why? I don't think we need that up there. Giovanni says, Jeff, I have to go back to work. I greet you. Thanks, Giovanni. I hope you have a great day. Turkishman92 says, hi. What's going on? Welcome. Welcome to Wednesday Live. Neptunes, later, Giovanni. Giovanni, enjoy your new printer and your laser engraver and your new planer. It's going to be fun. New tools are always fun. I just noticed, for some reason, the time on my tablet is still on Central Time. Wonder why that is. Oh well. Mike, it's not 10 o'clock here. 9 o'clock. Right. So Neptunes, I'm actually starting to work on, well, I'm in the planning stages of a new project that I want to make. It's going to use 3D printed parts along with some wood pieces. I'm going to be working on like a drawer, like a kitchen drawer organizer, but I'm going to try to make it modular where you can 3D print the corner brackets and stuff and then just plug in your different pieces. So I'm in the planning stages. I'm going to probably start drawing that up in Fusion probably today. So I'm going to work on that for coming up because I think it'd be kind of cool. I've got a drawer in the house that is a disaster. I'm sure we all have those disaster drawers. But instead of just making one that's fixed, you know, everything's glued in place. Like I think I made one, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago. I want to do one that's modular, so it's almost like a kit. You can just you know, print out the brackets and then cut your pieces like 1/4 inch stock, and you can customize it like I was gonna say Tinker Toys, but that's not what I'm thinking of. But I guess it kind of is. Violin Abanzas. Saludos. Thank you. Graham says, hi, Jeff. Love the guitar build. Best of luck in the build-off. Have to run as I'm working. Stay safe. Right on, Graham. Thanks for dropping by real quick. Hope you have an awesome day. And we'll get to the build-off here in a few minutes. Because apparently it's still going on. But Neptunes. I've only done 3 prints so far. So yeah, it'll take a little while to get my system smoothed out. Phil's here. Phil, what's up, man? Phil says, have you started printing your own knobs yet? No, I've thought about it, but I don't think I'd almost have to do some different finishing work to get them nice and smooth and looking really good. I think for something like your Crapocaster, I think it would look good on there. But for for the builds that I'm trying to do, I don't know. It would work, but I'd have to finish them, get them sanded nice and smooth and all that. But I've thought about it. All right. Oh, Phil, while you're here, I don't know if you saw this earlier. This is the one I'm working on for me. Solid cherry. Ooh, and cherry neck, cherry body. This cherry was a piece of cherry that my grandpa had sawn up. Man, I don't even know. Quite a long time ago, and he stuck it up in his attic for a couple years, like 30 years, and I got to salvage that piece of wood, and we're building a cherry guitar out of it. Cherry neck, too. A little bit different color because it's got a different finish on there, but solid cherry. The cherry is not from my grandpa on the neck, but I did, I wanted to keep the woods matching, but this is a solid cherry. Can't wait to get it done. It's gonna be awesome. Cream binding. I got cream pickups that are gonna go in there. Chrome hardware. I think it's gonna look pretty good. Oh, Gina's here. Gina says hi. Oh, I made it. Welcome. Neptune says, have you started using anything else other than PLA yet? I'm going to stick with PETG. I really like the qualities. I not yet. I think I've mentioned to you a while back that when I bought the printer, I ordered some ABS and some PLA, but I didn't know that the ABS really required an enclosure, so I haven't even opened that. I'm not even going to probably mess with that, at least not anytime soon. But I've just been using PLA. It just, for what I've been doing, it seems to work okay. I'd like to try PLA Plus, I think, and see what that's all about. Maybe PETG, but I don't really know if that's necessary yet for what I'm doing anyway. But so far the PLA, regular PLA, has been working just fine. Neptune says, hi Gina, glad you all had a good time in PA. Phil, nice. Oh, Phil, I was gonna send you a picture. When we were tooling around your trees and stuff there, I saw a tree in there that had like 3 big, almost like petals on the leaves. I'm pretty sure, I was gonna point that out, but I'm pretty sure that is a sassafras, I think. So I don't remember exactly where it was, but somewhere in there along one of the trails I saw it. It's like big, almost like a 3-toed thing, but they're big. Keep an eye out. I think that's a sassafras. Phil says, are you leaving the finished natural cherry or are you going to stain it? This is exactly how it's going to be. It's already got the clear on there. I got it polished up yesterday. This is just an oil finish on here. It's going to stay 100% natural. I don't want to cover, to me this piece of wood is pretty special because my grandpa saved it for something, for some reason, and I didn't want to cover that up. So just a nice gloss finish on there, and that's the way it's going to stay. I got a little bit more cleanup to do yet. You can still see a little bit of the white stuff from polishing and that. I got a matching control plate here, control cover. But this is exactly how it's going to be. No stain, no dye, nothing. Same with the neck. Just like that. Trying to show off the wood. Even though it has, it has a couple of streaks and stuff in here, I'm leaving it all. It's going to stay just like this. Neptune says, I like PLA Plus. I heard PLA will warp with stress, if you know what I mean. PLA is great for figurines and the like, not so good for long time use mechanical parts. So the PLA Plus, is that, it's basically just a little more durable, right? Is from my understanding. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I do need to order some more filament before long, especially after I start this next project, because I'm probably going to do several test prints while I'm checking dimensions and stuff like that. I'm probably going to need to order some more. So might have to just go in with the PLA Plus. Do you have a particular brand of filament that you recommend? I've only been using basically 2 brands so far, and I've had really good luck with both of them. Phil says, huh, I'll have to check out those trees. It might have been dogwood. We have lots of those. I'll have to look up a dogwood tree. But I think we were chatting when we drove by, and I meant to bring it back up, and I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was. I saw it. I'll have to look up a dogwood tree too and see if that's the same leaf. But I think the one I saw may have been a sassafras. I'll double check. I'll look up a dogwood. Neptune says, "Are you keeping that guitar since the wood came from your grandpa?" Yes, I am. This one is for me. It's a lefty, so this one's staying with me. And that's kind of why I'm just working on it. You know, when I have some time, a little bit here, an hour there, or something like that, just to kind of get it done eventually. It's not a. This isn't going to be up for sale or anything like that. This is just purely for me. And to your point, yes, because it's from my grandpa, so it's not going anywhere. Kreismer says, so it's the guy who called Imperial standard. Yes, that, boy, that really blew up, didn't it? And, okay, and I'm not arguing that point at all, but here in the U.S., for the most part, I would say that Imperial is our standard. I'm not saying a worldwide standard, and that's kind of why I called it standard. However, since then, though, I've been trying to call it Imperial more than standard because, boy, that really pushes a lot of buttons when you call Imperial standard. Although, the metric, I would say, is not standard in the U.S. In most of the rest of the world, I would agree that, yes, it is. You know, it's the standard in almost every single other country, except here and 2 other little countries. But Imperial is basically our standard for the most part, I would say, and that's what I've learned on ever since day one. You know, since I started learning how to measure and do things, it's been called standard. You know, just use standard measurements. I understand that it's not standard everywhere else, but here, and it's standard the way I grew up, and that's how I worded it at first. And well, almost everybody doesn't quite agree with that, and that's cool. I'm totally fine with that because I understand it in other countries it's not standard. But yeah, that kind of I got a lot of pushback on that, and that's okay. Gina says we're running out of wall space to hang up guitars. We are, but I have some ideas for some new hangers. I found some that I need to order, like this pack of 10 or something like that, to where they hang on the wall, but instead of hanging flat on the wall, the hanger is angled so that you can, like in a guitar shop, kind of, they'll be staggered. And I just need to build like a wall hanger that I can mount all these to, mount them to a board, so to speak. But I've got ideas on that. Phil says Grandpa's wood. Yep. Anonymous says LS engine, the best in the world. I do like I like the LS. I don't have a ton of experience with the LS, but I'm not going to argue that at all. I agree. Neptunes. I really like the Sunlu PLA. There's a lot of people that don't like it. It does have a problem sticking to the build plate sometimes. I use Vision Miners nanopolymer. I think it's $50. It is $50 for 400 milliliters, but it does go a long way. The ones that the 2 brands that I've been using so far for standard PLA, one is Hatchbox. I've had 0 issues with it as long as I have a proper raft on smaller parts, it seems to stick just fine. And of course, a larger part, I've not had a piece come loose. And if it does come loose, I add a raft, it's fine. And I've also used, oh, what are they? I can't think of the name now. Huh. The name escapes me. The other brand. I think they're out of California. What? Huh. I don't know why I can't think of that. That's going to bug me now. What is the name of that stuff? They sell all kinds of printers, tons of filament. Man, I just saw an email from them too. Huh. Anyway, it seems to work really good. It'll come to me. Phil says, I like the string swing hangers. I do too, and that's what I have a ton of mine hanging on, but they don't angle. And I found some not too long ago that the top angles, so you can pack them in tighter and have them angled so you can fit more on the wall. But yes, I have pretty much every single one. Yeah, every single guitar that I have hanging up is on a string swing. Neptunes, I don't like Overture regular PLA much. Matter Hackers, yes. I forget what it's called. The MH, yes, the MH Build Series PLA. Yes, thank you. Matter Hackers. That is the one. I really like their stuff. I haven't tried like their quote unquote premium stuff, but I've just been using all the Build Series. I've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 rolls of that stuff, different colors and stuff. And so far, it's worked pretty good. And I think probably when I order PLA Plus, I'll probably order from them at first because I really like their quality so far. For what I've done, it seems to be just fine. That and the Hatchbox. I've never had an issue. I'm in a couple of groups, 3D printing groups, where, and a lot of people have been posting lately that they get a filament and when it bends, it just breaks and snaps. I've never had any issues like that. I mean, I never kink it. Really, I don't see there's really any reason to, but I've never had them break. I've never had an issue. I don't even unload my printer when I'm done. It just sits up there for however long. I don't keep it in a dry box or anything. Of course, here our humidity level is ridiculously low, so I don't really feel that that's an issue. But yeah, I don't really do anything super special with it for storage or anything, and it just seems to work. Phil, that tree's getting the best of me, so I'm gonna see if I can look that up here without disconnecting you guys. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try. You said it was a dogwood. Let's see what we can find here. If it'll load, I'll probably disconnect you. Phil says, I think they make an angled one. You'll have to check the String Swing website. I will. Because if they do make one, I would almost like to use the String Swing. Now, dogwood tree it says it has an oval leaf. I don't think that was the one that I saw. So let's see here. I don't know if this is going to work, but those leaves right there. So next time you're doing your rounds, keep an eye out. Neptune says, I use the MH Pro. It's awesome, but I don't think it's worth the added cost for the benefits. I've had my MH snap when I try to put the end back in the spool to keep it from unraveling. That was my thought when I first ordered. Like, I kind of wanted to go with the Pro because it's called Pro, but the price is it's almost twice as much as a roll of the Build series. So I didn't, especially when I was just getting started, I didn't feel I needed to go that route with, spending that much on filament when I was just going to use most of it for learning. I think I'll stick with the Build series, and maybe I'll try some PLA Plus. But yeah, I guess to your point, I could see if you're bending it, trying to put it back in. I guess, yeah, it would bend it there. But otherwise, normal use, it really shouldn't be bending that far. At least with my setup, anyway. Even loading it, unloading it, anything. There's no reason to kink it off like that. Neptune's, yep, and the PETG was 55 a roll. Yeah, that's a lot of money, I think, for a roll of filament. Granted, they last a really long time. I've actually been quite surprised at how long it really lasts. How many things you can make on a roll, and really, it goes a long way. But still, 55 bucks compared to $20 to $25 a roll, yeah, it's quite a difference. Neptune's, I used it for the paying job, so the customer paid for it. Well, that's always a plus. Yeah, if the customer is going to pay for the job, then why not? I guess use the good stuff, as long as you build it in there. But just for stuff to keep in stock, have it on your shelf, yeah, that's a lot of money. I kind of want to show you guys this spalted maple. It's really heavy though, so I'm gonna have to move the camera. Neptunes, I think you saw it the other day when I did the Monday live talking about the build off, and then we're going to talk about the build off. So I'm going to shift you over here. See if I can. It's kind of got a bit of a disaster in here right now. Oh, it's so heavy. It's all completely. Oops. I don't know if you can see the nice spalting in here. It's going to make some cool things. Let's see where that's at. When I brought that home, Neptune said, how about a close-up if you can? All right, we'll do this. We're going to figure this out. Got to do it without smashing this guitar. Bear with me, guys. Hang on. Let me see if I can move this. It really is heavy. Oh! This could be some good live video. Wow. Let's see what side's better. Here we go. Oh. Hang on. We're getting there. We got like a little mildew in there. I gotta clean that off. There we go. Sort of a... I gotta clean that off. Wonder why we're getting some mildew. That's how wet it is. Yeah, look at that. That's some cool stuff. Most of this is really solid. I can't dig a nail into it. I think I caught this stuff. I think I caught it all at just the right time. Because when the wood spalts like this, it's the stage just before it rots. So if you catch it at the right time, it doesn't rot and the wood still stays solid. And I think that's where this is right now. So, and this is only 3. Oh boy, I'll fix that later. That's only 3 of the. Oh, this was one short log of the, I think, 5 that I had sliced up. So I've got 4 more pieces that are longer than this that are still back in Pennsylvania, and they'll just dry back there. I want to see how wet this is right now. Yeah, still, this meter reads the max it'll read is up to 32%, and it's maxing out at 32%. It is totally green, so it's going to take a while to dry out. I got to get this stacked somewhere. That's probably why I got a little bit of that mildew that was on there, because it was sitting right on the table. It didn't have it off the ground. So I got to do that. I better make that a priority today. Get it stacked somewhere with the bottom elevated. Everything else is stickered. I did wrap these ratchet straps around there just to kind of help keep everything flat, and I didn't, maybe to help eliminate twisting and warping and stuff like that. I think it's going to be some really nice stuff once it's all done. Spalted maple guitar tops, spalted maple, who knows what. Neptune says, "Oh well, nice. That's going to be beautiful." Yeah, thanks. I'm pretty excited, and I wasn't even really in the search for that wood, but I mentioned that we had a family reunion, and we had a a fire pit. We had the fire pit lit for a couple days, s'mores and cooking and stuff like that. And I was gathering wood to to load on the fire pit, and these logs came from my mom's property, and they were just down in the woods. And I got the chainsaw and I was going to chop them up. I thought they'd be good firewood, but when I picked one up, I could see the spalting on the end where it had been cut off, and I'm like, I don't think I want to burn this. So I did a really rough cut with the saw down one side so I could open it up and look inside, and of course that's what I found, and it did not make it to the fire pit. On Neptunes, who needs a dining table? Stick it there. You can eat on your laps. I like your thinking. Keep it inside where it's nice and safe and protected and dry. It's a great idea. Neptunes, good thing you saved it. Spalted s'mores don't sound good. No, not really. Harry Dude's here. Harry Dude says, "Hey everybody, hope you're all well." What's up, Harry Dude? Long time no see. Due to my... It's all on me. Had to cancel the last couple of lives due to traveling. But now we're back. We're back on track. And yeah. I had plans to do the lives while I was away. One of them I was planning on doing while we were driving, and I thought it'd be kind of cool, a driving live, but it just didn't work out logistically. I thought, what, it's just gonna be easier to skip them, and although I wanted to do them, but that's why I had to cancel them, because we weren't here at the shop, and it just didn't work out like I was thinking it might. And yeah, but we're back. We are back. All right. Seems like there was something else I was going to show you guys, but now I can't think of what it was. So we're going to set that aside and talk about the Great Guitar Build-Off. Man, I want to say thank you to you guys, to everyone who voted for my Haley Guitars Dorian in the Great Guitar Build-Off. It was awesome, and so many amazing instruments were built, and seeing everybody's process shots. But I want to say a huge, huge thank you to you guys for your support during the whole process. Again, I wouldn't have probably even entered it if it weren't for you guys saying do it. So thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate your support and encouragement to get into that thing. Speaking of the Great Guitar Build-Off, though, it appears that some I don't know how to say this nicely. I don't know how to say it. Trying to be nice here. It appears that some people may have possibly used some sort of bots or things to manipulate votes, which is totally not cool. I've been hearing stuff about that, and it's really discouraging, honestly. Just overall, that people would take a competition competition, a thing like this, a fun thing, and try to manipulate the votes like that. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't surprise me, but really, people, I mean, come on. We're all trying to have some fun here and, you know, build some cool stuff and enjoy the process and promote guitar building and that sort of thing. And then it comes down to that during the voting. The last word that I have heard from the Great Guitar Build-Off team was that they are going to do some sort of a revote or an additional vote of some sort where it's only the builders, the people in the competition, have to vote amongst the competitors. No outside votes or anything like that. They said they're going to be sending us emails to where we can do that. I haven't seen that yet. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know. I was kind of excited to see what the results were, see who's in the top 10. I had seen some of these other ones that had like thousands of votes, and I don't know. In my head, that seemed kind of strange, but it's a public vote, so apparently I thought people really liked those builds. But come on, people. Not you guys, of course, but why you gotta ruin a good thing? Anyway, that's all I know at the moment on the Great Guitar Build-Off. We were in the, I don't know, a couple hundred votes. And I know that I didn't use any sort of illegal means to gain votes. So thank you all who voted for my Dorian in the build-off. Neptune says, are they judged yet? Yeah, that's where we're at on the judging. Hey, dude, I voted twice. 2 separate computers. See? It's 2 separate computers. I don't see anything wrong with that. Neptune says, yeah, not cool. Oh, KK. I miss KK. KK says, I'm singing in the hot, just singing in the hello from Greece. Jeff, my bro, friends from USA. Hope you feel better than we are. Under 40 Celsius. Here, I am back. It's under 40 Celsius. 40 Celsius, that's pretty hot, isn't it? Where's my thermometer? 40, that's not 100. Oh yeah, it's well over 100 degrees. Good grief. I hope you are keeping cool, my friend. We had a hot spell, a week or so ago, but the last few days since we've been back anyway, it's been cooler, like only in the 80s, about 28 Celsius or so. It hasn't been all that bad. KK gives the sad face. I know. Neptunes, hi KK. KK Neptunes, hi my bro. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're not burning up over there in the heat. KK, is it humid there in Greece? I kind of imagine it to be, just the nearness to the water and stuff. But I really don't know. So, what is it? Typically humid there, or is it drier? I don't know. Teach me. Poor conservative. Hey Jeff. Hey all. What's up, man? How's it going? How have you been? How's the shop renovation coming along? So many questions. Right on. Yep, so yeah, back to the build off. I'll keep you guys in the loop as I hear more things. And, I'll try to do some posts and let you know where things end up. As far as I know right now, I haven't seen any list of results or anything like that. I believe they're trying to sort out the unscrupulous individuals. Neptune says, I would love to visit Greece sometime. I know, it seems like it'd be a cool spot. I've never been over the seas for anything. I think it'd be kind of neat. KK says, we're better than yesterday. Come here to my home, all of you. Oh man, wouldn't that be fun? We're all going to Greece to hang out with KK. That would be awesome. We could get like our personal tour of stuff. Harry Dude, hi KK, hi TPC. Poor Conservative, I'm a little behind on. I've seen a couple of your videos come up recently. You're making me hungry with all this barbecue stuff. I gotta get caught up on the last couple because we've been out of town and I haven't really. I've gotten behind on a lot of the stuff that I've been trying to watch, so I gotta get caught up. TPC says, oh heck, Jeff, I'm being pulled in 100 directions with the barbecue channel, Knifeworks, family. I know what you mean. There's only so much time in the day. You'll get there. You'll get there. I wish you the best at all the 100 different directions. Gina says, I'm down. That's my #1 overseas place to go. I think Greece would be cool, and I would like to visit Germany. That's another one, too. Not a particular reason, I guess, for Germany, other than I have heritage way back in that part of the country, and I just think it'd be cool to visit. And Greece would be cool to hang out with KK. Neptune says, I'd love to scuba dive there in Greece, but I would probably go to jail for taking an artifact. What kind of artifact? Like a coral or something? Is that... I heard you can't take the coral or you can't touch it or something like that. I don't know too much about that stuff, but... KK says, hey dude, hi there. TPC, no worries, we're all behind. TPC says, Greece is cool. Germany will fatten you up, Jeff. I imagine it will. Except I heard they have warm beer, and that just doesn't sound right to me. I would hope you can still get cold beer. Gina says you can't steal the Pantheon. Oh, Rex. Neptune says Rex. Gotcha. Like a shipwreck or something. Parthenon. Parthenon. Isn't that a big building? Surely you couldn't take that. Here, dude says, I'd like to visit Europe. So much history and heavy metal. Yeah, some European metal. Gina says, I can't spell today. That's okay. Happens to all of us. KK says, I think they can. But the coral? Can you take a piece of coral? I'm no expert. I've never even scuba dived. I've snorkeled a time or two and done a lot of swimming, but never scuba. I was going to do it at one time way back. I think I was in Boy Scouts. There was some scuba thing, but for some reason it got canceled, and I don't remember. That was a long time ago. TPC says no warm beer. That's not a thing anymore. They discovered refrigeration in the 70s. Ooh, that's good to know. Yeah, maybe one day we'll get to travel over the seas. Across the pond, as they say. Except here for me, across the pond is like the other side of the pasture over there. We have a little pond here. So that's as close as I get to across the pond right now. KK says, Gina, hi Gina. They can steal everything because they haven't history. Oh. No stealing. Don't steal stuff, people. No stealing when you're scuba diving. And no falsifying your votes in the Great Guitar Build-Off. Neptune says, I'd love an amphora to decorate the living room. I don't know what an amphora is. Now I gotta learn what that is. I'm so uncultured, aren't I? TPC. Kerner Pils is my favorite beer in Germany. I don't even know. I think that would be a hard part because I don't like dark beer. I don't know if that's dark or not. I'm not a beer connoisseur by any means, but I'd have to find something lighter. But I'd have to try one of the German beers though, just because. I don't know. There's so many places that would be awesome to visit, and you know, I'm sure, you know, given the opportunity, we'd spend, I don't know, months. KK says, I have one. I'll send to you, Neptunes. What is an amphora? Can someone explain that? What's an amphora? TPC says, nope, it's a lager, not a bock. Okay. Gina says, you want to visit places since when? I don't know. Not anytime soon, I'm guessing. Neptune says it's a clay pointed bottom pottery like thing. Huh. Is it does it have a use? Like, what are they used for? Is it specifically used to hold some sort of liquids or something? Does it have a specific use? Like, I would imagine originally they were made for a certain purpose, maybe for holding water or I don't know. TPC, is Gina saying Jeff is a homebody? Yes, sir. That's exactly what she's saying, and she's not wrong. For me, like going some in stressful. I don't know why. Like I should be excited to go someplace else, but a lot of the time that's not the case. I don't know why. I don't like dealing with crowds and all that sort of thing. I don't know what that is, but yeah. But that's it. I would agree that yes, I am a bit of a homebody. I don't like going to the store. I don't like crowds. I don't know. Oh well. Neptune says, thanks, KK. I couldn't ask you to do that. KK Neptunes. Neptune says, amphora was used for shipping cargo like liquids and I think grains back in ancient times. Oh, gotcha. TPC says, Jeff, I've been to 79 countries. Traveling is overrated. That's a lot of countries. That is a lot, my friend. Watch and Learn says, face it, just don't like people. Well, I mean, in a sense, maybe. Most people. Not you guys, of course. I would travel to hang out with any of you guys, given the opportunity. But yeah, there's like people at the store. People in large groups that I don't know is very awkward to me. I don't know why that is. There's probably some sort of scientific term for that. Something, a phobia, I'll bet you. I should look that up. Neptunes, there were hundreds on a ship. Oh wow, that sounds cool. I'm gonna look one up when we're done. Watch and learn. Okay, come on down to Tucson. I'm down. I am totally down. My room is ready even. Look at that. Thanks, man. That's awesome. I've been to, wait, Tucson. That's Flagstaff. Tucson's down by Phoenix, right? Sometimes my geography is not all that great. Isn't Tucson by Phoenix? TPC says, no, not Tucson. Phoenix is way better, but it's hot. I've been to Phoenix one time, and it was like April, I think, and it was 100 degrees or upper 90s. I'm like, good grief. That'd be fun, man. I wish I could get down that way. It'd be fun to connect and work on some guitar parts or something. KK says, I wish to send photos from Athens Museum and from Thessaloniki. Send them. I think you've got my email. I'd love to see pictures. That'd be amazing. Pictures from Athens, all the ancient ruins or whatever buildings. That'd be awesome. Watch and Learn says south of Phoenix. Is it? So if you're 100 miles south of Phoenix, it's got to be even hotter. Yeah, maybe someday we'll get down there. We'll get to connect, or if you're up this way or whatever. KK says, okay, I'll send you many of them. Yeah, send them. That's fine. I don't mind at all. I love seeing pictures from all over the place. But go for it. Watch and Learn says Phoenix is hotter than Tucson. Yeah. I bet wood dries quick. I bet my slabs of spalted maple would dry pretty quick down there. Gina says, I want to see I love grease pictures. Well, I will show you when KK sends them over. So stay tuned. Neptune says, KK, if you look at my About section on my YouTube, my email is there. I would like to see some photos also. Also, KK, if you can't find them, just let me know in the email, and I can forward them on to Neptune's, because I also have Neptune's email, so I can send them if as long as that's cool. Harry Dude says, I'm jealous with all this talk of warmer weather. Harry Dude, what temperature are you guys at right now? You guys usually only get to, what, around 0? Do you get to 0? 5 Celsius? You're probably not there yet, though. You wouldn't be in the middle of winter. No, maybe you would. You would be, huh? Because you're opposite. Yeah. How cold is it right now? Inquiring minds want to know. TPC says, send Jeff pics, then he can give them to Gina and say they went to Greece. Neptune says, that's cool. KK, okay, Gina, I'll send to everybody with pleasure. Thanks, man. I can't wait to see him. Now, KK, how far do you live near Athens? I'm like, you don't have to tell us exactly where you live, but are you near Athens? Or is that just a place you've traveled? Or what? Gina says, thank you. Warm weather is overrated. KK, 600 kilometers from Athens. Okay. I don't know how many miles that is. I'd have to convert it. Gina says, I tolerate it for Greece, though. Neptune's, Harry Dude, let's switch. It's hot here, too, in Texas. It's not horrible here today. Tomorrow's supposed to be upper 80s, and then Friday into the 90s. That's getting up there. Harry Dude says, currently 3 degrees Celsius. So that's still like, isn't that bad? I have to look at the thing. 38-ish, 37. That's not horrible. But when you're used to the upper high temperatures, I could see where that would be kind of cold. See, that's also the, imperial part of me. Like, I don't know Celsius. Going back to that conversation. Gina says 310-ish miles. That's not too bad. That's 4 or 5 hours drive. Yes, I will be anxiously looking for your pictures, KK. That just sounds cool. Oh, I just thought of something. I just happened to see the planes up there. That was one thing that I was looking forward to doing as well while we were back east. I wanted to hit some of the antique shops and find some more tools of some sort. Maybe another hand plane to restore or something like that, but we didn't make it, and I totally sort of forgot about it. KK says, Gina, I'd like to have all of you pictures from ancient Greece. I'll send to Jeff, and I'm going to find your emails with all my heart. Thanks, man. That's going to be cool. If you need help with any emails, feel free to ask. I have several emails that maybe we can connect each other or whatever. TPC says metric is for the colonized, not the conqueror. So that came up a while back. I did when I built my neck carving jig, neck shaping jig. It was all in metric because I got it from Temple Guitars down in the land of Oz. And it was all in metric, and so I built the whole project in metric. You guys probably saw the video. Recently, like within the last month, that video, I don't know, it got picked up somehow, and it like took off. And the comments, I can't even keep up with the comments on that video. There's just so many. There's like been 4,000 or something comments in the last month or something like that, and I can't answer them all. There's just too many. But everybody's kind of getting, not bent out of shape, but you know, they're pointing out that I called imperial standard, which I think most of you in the U.S. probably would agree that here in the U.S. it is standard. So I called it standard in the video, but everybody like got all kinds of crazy about it's not standard, metric is standard, and like I understand it's standard in your country, but it's not here, and that's why I called it standard. And you know, it was kind of crazy. I mean, they weren't like super mad. A couple people were pretty upset, but overall, they're just trying to say it's not standard. And metric is standard. I'm like, it's not here. It's not standard, so I can't call it standard. But it's kind of crazy. So if you want to read some interesting comments, go back to that metric video and read through some of the comments on that. And yeah, I try to respond to some when I can, but it's kind of crazy. And you know, the Fahrenheit or Celsius or any of that stuff, it's just not standard for me. And I think most of us here in the U.S. would probably feel slightly the same way anyway. But that's why I had to point that out. Let's see. Neptunes, no problem, KK. If you can't, I can get them from Jeff. Thanks, bud. KK, you're welcome. TPC is awesome, Jeff. SAE, Standard American Equivalent. Yes. So if you shorten it, even you just call it standard. But I'm not saying, you're not even saying standard. It's just the name of it. But outside of the U.S., everybody has a totally different view on when we say almost all the other countries. But go read the comments if you want. KK, that's very nice. Neptunes. Watch and Learn says, I think you need a new broadcast. A day a week is not enough. I've thought about it. I've thought about doing another one, but trying to it's balance, right? I try to do a project video every week, and I try to do a live stream every week. I keep thinking that maybe at some point I might go to just YouTube and do a weekly YouTube and kind of drop the Facebook one, but I'm still a little bit hesitant to do that because I know there's some people that don't tune into the YouTube for whatever reason, and it works better for them on Facebook, and I just don't want to drop, I don't want to eliminate them being able to connect as well. To do to alternate YouTube and Facebook, just because I know there's people that I don't all inclusive. But anyway, I've thought about it. I don't know. We'll see. For now, I think we'll stick with the same. But I might ask everybody on Facebook if they could somehow make YouTube work, and then we just go to YouTube. I don't know. But we're like 65 minutes here, so I think that's a good time to wrap this up for this week. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And also, thank you again to everybody who cast a vote for my guitar and the Great Guitar Build-Off. Neptune says, yeah, that would be cool, but that's just me being selfish. So do what you think is best. I wouldn't want someone to lose your lives. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, For me, I think it would be better just to go to YouTube. It would be easier because I wouldn't have to worry about, oh, is this week? What's this week and what's that week? And but again, I don't want to exclude anyone. I want to be able to keep everybody in the lives. I mean, I guess there's an opportunity to add a live. I could add one, but again, that takes time. We're getting over on Facebook next week and see what they think. See if they could make the YouTube work, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, like I said, guys, I will keep you posted as far as the build off and how that goes too. I thought about doing them at the same time, but I've heard negative feedback on that sort of thing, that platforms don't really like that, which I get because you're sharing bandwidth or whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just don't want to cut anybody out. I like hanging out with you guys, and I like hanging out with everybody on the other platform. So we'll see. I keep talking about it and keep thinking about it, but right on, guys. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button right up there. Well, on mine it's right there. TPC says, Jeff, on StreamYard you can run both at the same time. Yeah, I've thought about something like that. We'll see. It's always something I'm thinking about, trying to figure out how to do it better, how to make it easier. I might just have to make the call and do it one way or the other. But KK says, my son sends to all of you smiles and love. You know, I have many members of my family, Boston, Milwaukee, and New York. I love America and all of you people. Well, thank you, my friend. And smiles back to you and your son and everybody over there in Greece. Hope everything stays well. Hope you guys stay cool. Hopefully you get to like jump in a pool or the creek or river or the ocean or something to to cool off a little bit in the high heat. Harry Dude says, take care all, stay well, see you next week. Right on, Harry Dude. Thanks, guys. Yes, stay tuned to the YouTube channel here. I got a guitar binding video coming up this weekend. So if you want to install some binding on a guitar, it's not that hard. Stay tuned this weekend for the video on that. And yeah, we'll see you guys live next week. We'll be on Facebook and back here in 2 weeks. Stay safe, guys. Stay cool, or stay warm if you're in a cool part. And you guys take care. Thanks for your support. You guys are awesome. Thanks a lot. Take care. We'll see you next time. If I can hit the button. I can't hit the button. I tried to hit the button and it didn't work. Later, guys.